Hello, it's MJ Simpson here again with another edition of MJ Simpson's Movie Crap. That's the thing where I dig out lots of the film and TV gubbins that I've collected over the many years and show it to you on YouTube. Now, a disproportionately large percentage of the movie crap that I own dates from the period 1995 to 98. And that's because that's when I was on the staff of SFX magazine. And I'm going to show you today a few items that I've got relating to the biggest film of 1996. And you may remember that was Independence Day. Independence Day was a massive movie. It was, as it says here, War of the Worlds 90s style, which is why I'm wearing my rather groovy War of the Worlds 50s style tie today. It was the big summer blockbuster, and there's stuff inside here. So this is issue 16 of SFX from September 1996. And I'm just going to show you a few items. This is another Independence Day magazine that I found when I was looking for stuff. I think this is probably my wife's. It's the official movie souvenir magazine. They don't tend to do these so much nowadays, but they were very big in the 90s. It's not quite the making of book, but a bit more than just an article in a mag. It cost a rather bargain-tastic £3 back in 1996, and looking on eBay, it's worth almost that much now. That wasn't from Future Publishing. I wasn't involved with that. It's just a thing I found on the shelf. I went to see a preview screening of Independence Day, as indeed did, it seemed, like the entire publishing industry. And I got an invite, along with our ad manager on SFX, Adrian, to a screening at the Odeon Marble Arch, which I was rather disappointed to see when I was in London recently, has now been demolished. And at the time, it was a single enormous screen. It was the biggest cinema screen in Britain, with a huge auditorium, great way to see a big effects-filled blockbuster like Independence Day. And what was really special was that sitting in the row directly behind me and Adrian was Ray Harryhausen. So we got to chat with Ray Harryhausen before the film started, and that was absolutely wonderful. We also got talking to a journalist next to us, who I think was from Denmark, and Adrian and I had somehow got tickets to the press conference afterwards, which was in some big posh hotel, and we all got in a coach and travelled about 50 yards to this hotel. And I remember this Danish guy, he didn't have an invite to the press conference, so we just said, you know what, we'll blag you in. We had tickets, but we basically just blagged this guy onto the coach, blagged him to the press conference. He thought it was absolutely marvellous. And they had the director, Roland Emmerich, and the producer, Dean Devlin, and various stars lined up there talking, and we just sat at the back enjoying it all. And I managed to pick up a whole bunch of promotional stills, which were always nice to have. And so I've kept these over the years. I mean, you could often get these from dealers as well. They printed up a lot of them, and some of these would have been scanned in for the magazine, although mostly we'd have used colour transparencies. And this is a rather nice thing, because at the end of the press conference, a bunch of us basically ran up to the front and got autographs on these things we've been given. Now, it's rather hard to see on YouTube here, but if I hold it up there, you might see this here is Margaret Collin, who played the president's wife. This is Jeff Goldblum's signature, and this little mark here is Roland Emmerich, the director. So I was rather pleased to discover this amongst my movie crap. That's signed by two of the stars and the director, so that's rather super. Now, I did get given a couple of other things by a lady I used to know named Joy Garrity. Now, Joy had made a rather super 20-minute horror film called The Grail, with a decent budget, and it was pretty good. I don't know if it's on YouTube. And the monster in Joy's film was designed by Patrick Tatopoulos, who was very much the go-to designer in Hollywood at the time. He designed the aliens in Independence Day. He designed the Emmerich and Devlin Godzilla. And as a favour to Joy, he designed the monster for her film. And I did a little interview with Patrick Tatopoulos. I think I did it by fax. And then that was in Fangoria. So Joy was very grateful to get some publicity for a little film in Fangoria, and very kindly sent me a couple of things. And this is one of them. This is promotional 20th Century Fox thing with all the credits in there. So should you need to know who was the key grip on the New York unit, you could look it up, and it was Dennis Gamiello. So well done, Dennis. But she also sent me this, and it's probably the single coolest item I own. This is an Independence Day studio pass. To get onto the set, you had to show this to the security guy, and what it's got is a barcode that they would scan, because this is the big blockbuster. They didn't want anybody sneaking on, and this belonged to the guy who played one of the fighter pilots. Now, you may recall that in Independence Day, as a sort of homage to King Kong at the end, because at the end of the original 1933 King Kong, the two guys who made it, Marion C. Cooper and Ernest B. Schertzak, they are a couple of guys who were on the fighter plane shooting King Kong, and as an homage to that, a couple of guys in fighter planes in the final battle of Independence Day are Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin. And this, my friends, is Roland Emmerich's personal studio pass, which is just absolutely wonderful. And the provenance of this, as the collectors say, is good, because Joy Garrity, if you look her up on the IMDb, she was Roland Emmerich's PA on Stargate and ID4 and Godzilla. She was assistant to Mr. Emmerich. She's in that list of credits there. So Roland Emmerich gave her this pass, and she gave it to me. And I love that it doesn't say director, it says fighter pilot. Although I suppose if he turned up in his flight suit with his helmet on, people might not recognise it was actually the film's director, and they might say, oh, you got your pass, but you'd have to have balls of steel to stop the director getting onto his own movie. But that's really rather super, isn't it? So I hope you enjoy that. Oh, I've got one more thing to show you, and it's enormous. You're not the first person I've said that to. This is a banner which I will unfurl part of, and it was I got this from a cinema in Bath. I won a competition, and what I really wanted was the free cinema tickets for a year, which I got, but as part of it I also got a 20-foot long Independence Day promotional banner. It's a giant laminated banner. It's got these eyelets on it for hanging it up. It's produced by 20th Century Fox and sent to selected cinemas. And it's enormous, and I don't know what to do with it. I've never known what to do with it. I've got no way of displaying it. It's not like Independence Day is a particularly cool and popular thing anyway. So I'm going to make you an offer. I don't know whether there's anybody out there who is a really serious Tonto fan of Independence Day. But if there is, and you're watching, if you would like what is surely one of the ultimate Independence Day pieces of movie crap, you can't have me ID badge because that's mine and it's special. But if you'd like that banner, it's yours. If you can either collect it from Leicester, or you're willing to pay the postage to send it anywhere in the world, wherever you are. It's not actually that heavy. I can lift it up with one hand. It weighs about 2.5, 3 kilos. If you would like it, then please contact me, mjs2000 at ntlworld.com, and let's sort something out. And if you're, I'm recording this in 2017, but if you're watching this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years later, and there's nothing in the comments below to say that I've got rid of this, because if somebody wants it, I'll put a comment below. If there's nothing in the comments saying it's gone, I've still got the bloody thing, feel free to contact me, please, because I want to get rid of it. It's just taking up space. So that's my limited collection of Independence Day crap. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching and listening.